Okay, good morning, everybody, and thank you for joining us today in the Sonship and identity process. Well, what I'm going to share with you today is going to be very brief. Recently, we've lost a loved one, and it got me thinking that we always need a dwelling place, or we tend to think that we need a dwelling place. Because when a baby is conceived in the womb, it finds a dwelling place. It finds this liquid form dwelling place where it grows, it starts to develop a shape. Usually the head takes form, and normally within 9 months, he is birthed into the earth, where he finds another dwelling place, which is now a house. In the house, then he learns to develop survival skills, usually with those such as eyesight, chewing, grabbing, and walking, which are necessary for survival. They develop first, and through that process, he learns to become a strong person, and he has his own body. He eventually makes his way to his own little house, where again is a dwelling place, where he grows and he gets married. He has a family, raises that family, takes care of everything that is within his circle, within his sphere. But eventually comes a time when we have to leave this planet. We have to die. And somehow we end up again in a dwelling place, which is a box. For those who get buried in a box, they end up in a box. For those who want to be cremated, they still end up in some sort of a box, because the cremation place still has to be sealed so that the heat only is sustained for you in there. What I'm trying to say here is we tend to believe that we have to have this dwelling place that we are going to take with us when we leave this planet. But the life is not in the box. The life is in the sun. Because this box which we found in the womb, and we came out with it, and it grew, became a human being, became a person, it stays here. But unless you have found in yourself, unless you find the sonship that actually, there is more than just the dwelling place. This is just a dwelling place that you need for what is meaningful for you. Unless you can find that's what's inside, what's meaningful for you, you will always be stuck in a box, whether be it flesh and bone and blood dwelling place, or that made of bricks, or that made of wood, which is such as a coffin, where you end up upon. But if you can look past that and ask the Father where you struggle, and say, Father, here I am, I'm struggling with this, the Father will set you free. The Father will show you the way. In Matthew, I think it's Matthew 7, verse 9, Jesus says that what sort of a man will give a stone to his son if he asks for bread? Likewise, what man will give a serpent to his son if he asks for fish? So if we know that our children ask for bread and we give them bread, how much more will your Father give you? So if you're struggling with anything, ask from your Father. Don't live on this box and think that this is your dwelling place. Your dwelling place is not made of a bubble of water like in the womb, or made of bricks. as we are now, or made of wood. That is where some people end up on. It's not made of any physical form because it is in a spiritual form. So seek those things which are from above. Ask the Father to show you and show obedience, and you will find peace, you will find rest. So thank you. That's what I wanted to share.